Before we start, Matthias, how do I say your last name? Because I've got a long and complicated last name as well, so I don't want to mess it up.
It's I make it simple. If you the last name is just Schweighöfer.
Schweighöfer.
Yes, perfect. That's
Wonderful.
great. What is your last name?
Ampige Pagan.
Piki Pagan? No.
Close.
That's right, we spoke to Matthias Schweighöfer, who we first met as Dieter in Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. Well, he's back now in his own movie, which he directed and is starring in. Army of Thieves is all about how Dieter became the world's greatest safecracker. We spoke to Matthias over the weekend. We asked him how this project came to be and what it was like crafting a caper comedy heist thriller in Zack Snyder's Zombieverse. Check it out.
You're familiar with the outbreak in America?
The one turning people into flesh-eating monsters? Yes, I heard something about it.
I knew I loved this movie when I realized that I wouldn't mind spin-offs featuring any one of these new characters either. So Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But I'm curious, at which point during the making of Army of the Dead did you guys decide that, oh, wait, there's something here with Dieter, maybe we'll do a prequel? Maybe you'll direct it.
Zack made that pretty clear at the beginning. For him, it was like a step. When we shot the intro of Dieter in the film Army of the Dead, the usually sequence, the first edit on the scene was like 12, 13, 14 minutes long. In the film, you see 2.5 minutes. So in that scene, I tell the whole backstory of Dieter and the saves and Hans Wagner. So Zack said at that moment, oh, wow, look, there, he just pitched the prequel. And weeks later, because he watched me working and we started to becoming, like, we spent a lot of time together. And then he just said after some weeks, Matthias, there is an idea of a potential spin-off, and I would love you to direct the film. Would you love to direct and star it? And I said, yes, of course.
Wonderful. I mean, one of the things I loved most about your movie was how deftly you staged all of those action sequences. And I'm curious as to whether there was a style you were trying to stick to. Were you looking at Snyder's style and then trying to emulate it, or were you just allowed to do your own thing?
I was allowed to do my own thing, but still, I have to say, some of the stuff in 300 or anyway, all the DC stuff, Zack's sequences, all the action in the film's always amazing. So we wanted to do in the fighting sequence, especially when Gwendolyn is fighting in the vault, the two guys. So we tried to find a choreography for Natalie that feels like, everything is smooth and it's like one feels like a dance, and I was always like, my whole work was, Zack always had a huge influence on everything I did.
Your squeal is absolutely fantastic. And I don't want to spoil it, but that scene at the end with the punch had me on the floor laughing.
I have this crazy high-pitched laugh anyway, I have a weird laugh. So, and when I was younger, I watched The Fifth Element, and there's like Chris Tucker, when they're all shooting at the table. And so I thought, oh, wow, this scream is like crazy. It's funny. So years ago, I thought about that scream and I thought, okay, I try that too, because the high-pitched scream is funny. In Army of the Dead, I needed to use it because it was so loud, and you knew, hey, this scream somewhere in the desert surrounded by millions of zombies, this could be the end.
One great thing about your film is it plays around with the tropes a lot. So talk to me about heist films and the genre and what you love about them.
Of course, to be honest, I do not know anybody who doesn't like a good heist film. It's action, it's thrilling, it's like something, it's like a weird, cool, crazy plan you would never think about, and it's always like, okay, they robbed the bank, wow. And I always fell in love with the Steven Soderbergh films. I loved these movies, and the Ocean's movies were always cool. And I loved, like this A-class, super cool ensemble that was like, I tried to focus on the acting and the style of Soderbergh stuff. Yeah.
one of the most unique things about your movie as well is, I think, the sheer diversity of languages and cast and everything that is going on. It's very European, which I quite enjoyed. Talk to me about working about this with this ensemble, because it felt like you guys had such great chemistry on screen.
Yeah, it was important first to be diverse, to have like different cultures and historical backgrounds and language barriers in the film. And it was cool because everything was written in the script that we could use like different actors from different countries and bring them together and make them a team with all their differences and language barriers. So we were really happy that that we had a chance to do it like this, because it's really funny. And we've been so honored. It's amazing. It's what a crazy journey.
The interesting thing about Army of Thieves as well is it's an interesting way to do world building, because I think when we think about shared universes, and you think about a zombie shared universe, everyone thinks, oh, it's going to have zombies all the time. And I think what you guys do, which is very unique, is it's adjacent. We see the zombies in your dreams, we see them on TV, but it's pretty much its own movie. And I think it does a lot to build out that Armyverse you guys seem to be building. Was there ever a temptation for more zombies?
I think because it's Dieter's origin story, we need to understand why he is so afraid of in our Army of the Dead when he is first asking for a question, how precisely do we do the zombie killing? Yeah. And because of that, we needed to find a tone that everyone understands that Dieter is like really afraid of zombies because they're in his nightmares. And I love that the story about love and passion in combination with zombies, that it's only like these little sparks that you have an idea of, for example, people who doesn't, who did not see Army of the Dead now would be interesting when they first see the prequel and then the film, or if you saw Army of the Dead first and now the prequel, I think you need to watch Army of the Dead again. And I think this is smart.
No, I agree. And I think you're absolutely right. I think the way your movie leads into the next one is actually, it's a fantastic little gateway into that.
It's cool.
Okay, Matthias.
Yeah.
I know Zack probably has snipers trained on you at this very moment. So just blink 3 times if Dieter is still alive.
I can tell you that Zack just said last week, we did not see him die.
Right.
And if the master tells us something about we did not see him die, I think there is maybe an option to bring him back. And it's good that we all hope and know there could be an option. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
That is all I wanted to hear. I'm out of time, Matthias, but it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And you know what? You know this because I'm sure everything you've read has already told you this. Dieter was the most valuable player, the MVP of Army of the Dead, and we're so happy you have your own movie. And it was a blast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much.
You too. Good night.
Ludwig Dieter. We've been watching you, and we want to recruit you.
Thank you so much for watching. That was our interview with Matthias Schweighöfer. Army of Thieves is now streaming on Netflix. Let us know what you think. You can sound off in the comments below. You can also like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Check out all of our other YouTube videos. You know what to do.